Can these 5 insomnia remedies amplify insomnia? Hey, it's Coach Vulcan, and wait. What do I mean by insomnia remedies amplify insomnia? Aren't insomnia remedies supposed to help you get a better sleep? Well, that is the question I want to explore with you today. So here's my agenda for today's episode on sleep. First, I want to share with you our next episode inside the sleep series, and as it relates to sleep remedies. Second, I want to play the Sherlock Holmes game with you. As you're watching this episode, I want you to kind of make a comment down below of all the remedies that you spot. I'm gonna leave clues and fingerprints and finger and hand partial handprints inside today's episode about all the different sleep remedies. So if you hear something like shut off the blue screen light of your phone, that's a typical sleep remedy, right? If you hear something like that and you catch yourself, that's a sleep remedy, put it in the comment down below. I'm gonna give about 9 or 10, and 5 of them are gonna be conventional sleep remedies, so check out which ones are and which ones are not. So that's the second thing. And then third, I want to explore with you, I'm gonna reveal at the end of our episode, well, can insomnia remedies actually amplify insomnia? We're gonna find all that out, so let's get started. Today we're starting off with Richard. Last time we left him off, Richard had made a deal with Oasis, the bringer of insomnia, bad sleep, and misery and despair, and because of that deal, Oasis had forced Richard to tell his daughter that she was a failure. He had basically taken his hand, he had slit the fingers of his hand through his daughter's chest. He had grasped his daughter's heart in them. He had taken his daughter's heart out, and he had said, "You, my daughter, are a failure." Comment below which movie is this a reference to, and I'm gonna give you a hint. When that person in the movie took out a person's heart, he said, instead of "you are a failure," he said "Kalima, Kalima." What movie is that a reference to? Comment down below. Now, going back to Richard, he was feeling like shit because of what he had said to his daughter. He loved Julia. His wife was dead. I just made that up, but let's say his wife was dead. He only had Julia. She was his closest person in the entire world. And by the way, I totally forgot to ask you this question before I began the story. Let me ask you, if you had to make a choice between losing the person that you love the most, think about it for a moment. Who do you love the most in your life? Whether it's a friend, a partner, a family member, who is somebody that you really love and really care about in your life? And if you had to make a choice now between that person that you really love and care about and losing 3 hours of your sleep, which one would you choose? Lose a person you really love, or lose 3 hours of sleep? Love or health? Well, this is kind of the situation that Richard is going to be put in just a few moments. Now, as I was saying, Richard was feeling like shit. He was hating himself because of what he had done to his daughter. So now he decided to make a drastic action. He summoned Oasis, the bringer of despair and bad sleep and misery, and she came to him. He told her that he does not want to have anything to do with her, and that he was going to tell his daughter Julia all about what had happened. That he had lied to her, that Oasis had forced him to lie. And Oasis, she smiled. She took out from her back pocket an iPad-sized mirror. And with her dark blue nails, she scratched the mirror so it made a screeching sound, an awful screeching sound that put Richard's hairs on his hand on edge. And then an image appeared on that mirror. So Oasis and Richard, they're sitting in their office, and Richard is sitting down at his desk, Wise is at the other end, and now let's have them on one side. Let's have them sitting together on a couch next to each other, and they're both looking at this mirror as Richard is holding it, seeing his future in it, seeing future Richard. But in that image, his hair, his brown hair, looks like a mess. It looks like a nightingale's nest blown by a tornado, and his eyes are red as a vampire. He is in bed, he cannot sleep, and he gets up right now and he goes to the kitchen. As he goes to the kitchen, and we see him going from his bed to the kitchen on that mirror. I want you now to pay close attention. Now we're going into the sleep remedies, the 5 sleep remedies that we mentioned at the beginning. So, which ones of the ones that Richard is going to try are considered actual sleep remedies? Which one of the techniques Richard is going to try to put himself to sleep are sleep remedies? Comment down below. So, Richard is going to the kitchen. You can see him taking out a milk carton from his fridge, pouring it in a black cup, and putting that cup in the microwave, warming the milk. And as the milk got ready, he took out the milk, and he took out some chocolate chip cookies also, and he ate the chocolate chip cookies at his kitchen table, and he drank the warm milk. Then he went to bed. Now, Oasis took her nails and screeched the mirror once again, so it made an even more awful sound. And this time Richard's eyes were even redder, his hair was even nastier. He was still not sleeping. Now, just a moment, let me adjust the light. There we go. Now, where were we now? Richard hasn't slept again, and he is back in his bedroom trying to fall asleep in his bed sheets, but he cannot do that. So right now he decides to put something on his phone and try to go to sleep. So he puts Mozart, listens to all those nice beats of the violin of the master. So he listens to that, he gets a little bit sleepy there. Then he decides, I see next to this playlist Baby Shark, let me try that as well. So he presses the button and listens to 10 minutes of Baby Shark on repeat, going over and over and over. When that was done, he closed his laptop and went back to bed. Now, Oasis screeched the mirror again. A third image of Richard appeared, the final image, and now he looked mad. He had not slept in a week. He was again in bed. This time you could see him tightening his fists very, very tightly and releasing them, and tightening them and releasing them. As he was doing that, and he started doing some deep breathing in and out, and as he went to bed finally, he put on 8 hours of meditation, of guided meditation for sleeping on his phone, and he tried with that to go to sleep as well. But then, as Oasis pressed her oval mirror with her blue dark nail for the last time, A final image of Richard appeared, and he had not slept again. He had just woken up that morning with eyes large as teacups, mad, looking mad. Now, Oasis told Richard, "This is your future. You can totally tell Julia about our little deal, but if you do, this is what's gonna happen to you." And what's Richard gonna do? Before we go into that, how many sleep remedies did you catch? So which ones were actual sleep remedies? Let's figure that out, and before I reveal them, comment down below. How many did you get? There were 5 out of all 9 or 10 that I just mentioned, so comment down below. Alright, first one, warm milk. Second, Mozart, relaxing music. 3, relaxation exercises like tensing and relaxing your muscles. 4th, what was it? Deep breathing. And finally, guided meditation. Those were the ones. How many did you get? Did you get 3, 4? Did you got all 5? I'm gonna make it more difficult next time then. Now, so these were the ones. Now the question is, of course, why didn't they work? Why did they keep Richard awake at night? Well, here's the deal. And now that we've seen this, what do you think? Or actually, never mind that question. Let me share with you what it is. So, why didn't they work? Their sleep remedies supposed to help somebody fall to sleep, but for Richard they did not work. Well, here is why. I want you to think of the difference between forcing yourself to sleep and allowing yourself to sleep. See, forcing yourself to sleep by anything is like forcing a child to eat a spinach and kale soup. What happens when you try to force feed a child, a 3-year-old boy, with a spinach and kale soup? Imagine you took a spoonful of green, nasty liquid, steaming, and you try to go choo-choo and pull that spoon into the boy's mouth. What would that boy do? He would kick, he would cry, he would push back against that. He does not want that shit. Logically, he understands this is healthy. I gotta want this. As a good sleep, your brain logically it knows, okay, this person the person I'm inside this guy's head, he wants to sleep, and sleep is a good thing. I logically understand that, but if he tries to force me to sleep, I'm gonna push back. That's what the brain does. That's what Richard's brain did also. Any technique, I mean any technique, where you try to force yourself to sleep, whether it's with meditation or food or noises or scented candles or avoiding things like drinking something that you like to drink or avoiding a certain type of food, whatever it is with which you may try to push back on sleep pushes back against you in the form of insomnia. So it's probably a good idea to not do that. What we want to do instead is not. So when it comes to sleep remedies, to answer the question at the beginning, can they actually cause somebody to have a bad sleep? Yes, they can absolutely cause somebody to have a bad sleep if they're used to try and force good sleep. If you want to promote a state of relaxation for yourself, realizing that can help you fall asleep, then yes, you can use them. But just before going to bed, just as you are in bed lying there, they cannot help you. That is guaranteed. So if you take one thing out of this whole video, take this. When you have a bad night's sleep and you're wondering what should I do, should I try to drink this, or you're beating yourself up if you've ate too much, or you've drank some coffee, or you've been at a computer a little bit too much and things like that, don't beat yourself up. And the best thing you can do in those situations is don't try to force yourself to sleep. Simply allow sleep to come to you. What we want to do when it comes to sleep is not try to force it to come to us. We want to allow it to come to us, to attract it. And if you are wondering, well, how do I do that? Are there some specific things I could do? Yes, there are. There definitely are. You can check down in the description down below. I'll leave some info for you there if you're curious with some specific strategies that you can do there. Now, going back to Richard in our story. So, Richard now, he has a choice. He could either talk with Julia and tell her that she's not a failure, that he had lied to her, and fix that relationship that he has with his daughter, or he could do that, but if he did it, he would lose his sleep. So I'm kind of curious, if you were in Richard's shoes, if you were in his brown shoes, wearing his brown beard and had his big brown hair, what would you do in his place? Would you choose to have a really good relationship with the person that you love the most, but sacrifice your sleep, or go without that person, never talk with them again, but hey, have a really good sleep at night? Love or health? It's a big choice there, isn't it? I agree, it's pretty big. So that's what's coming up next on sleep. Now let me just check real quick if we haven't missed anything today. How are you? How you have been? Yeah, small talk. Yes, I almost forgot the most important part. Come back next time on November 29th, when the lights are starting to darken up, which means that it's time to go to sleep. And not just that, but also on November 29th comes the next episode inside the Sleep series. If I'm not mistaken, in the next episode we're gonna go back to Aaron, the Batman of cybersecurity. There's some interesting things going on with him. Specifically, let me check real quick if I don't have some notes here. Oh yes, with Aaron we have some interesting things. Aaron is gonna try a technique to fall asleep instantly. Can you fall asleep instantly? And even if you can, is that a good idea? Is that something that would promote and help you sleep better, or is that something that can actually cause to increase somebody's insomnia? Well, these are some of the questions that you and me are going to explore next time. So tune in next time on November... Which one did we say? Yeah, I can't find it. Just scroll back, push the left arrow back a few times, and you're gonna hear me say which November we tune in for our next episode on sleep. So thank you for hanging out with me. The lights are going out, which means it's time to go to sleep. And if you're watching this in the daytime, should you go to sleep in the daytime? That's not a question we can explore here, right? Is it a good idea to go to sleep in the daytime if you're really, really tired, if you haven't slept, and kind of make up for lost sleep? Yeah, we can totally talk about that. Now, this video, woo-ha! Over 20 minutes. I made it way longer than I intended to, but hey, I really enjoy talking with you. So, you are to blame, man. Alright, I'll see you very soon. I wish you a good sleep tonight and a great day today, or tomorrow, and today, and yesterday, and so on and so forth. I'll see you soon.